Hi, this is John Trader, Communications Specialist with M2SYS Technology. I'm delighted to be talking today with Sharon Fradella, Associate Director of Employment Services with Cal Poly Pomona Foundation, about their recent deployment of M2SYS biometric identification technology for their employee time and attendance. We are chatting with Sharon to understand more about the time and attendance challenges Cal Poly Pomona faced, why they decided to use biometrics, and how it has helped to strengthen their payroll system, and a look at sort of what the future may bring. Good morning, Sharon. How are you today?
Good morning, John. I'm doing great. Thanks.
Great. Thank you. I have a couple of questions I wanted to ask you about your former time and attendance system. But before we get to that, can you please give us a little bit of background on the Cal Poly Pomona Foundation and your role at the university?
Sure. We're located on the campus of Cal Poly Pomona University, which is in Southern California, and the foundation operates the nonprofit entities on campus. So we operate the campus bookstore, dining services, we have a conference center and lodge, also student apartments, and a few other things.
And what is your role at the university?
Well, my role as Associate Director of Employment Services is to oversee the payroll department. So we make sure that employees are getting paid properly, and that starts with having their time recorded accurately.
Yes, it's always important to make sure that the employers are being paid properly. I agree with that. Let's talk for a moment about your previous time and attendance data capturing. What types of challenges were you facing with your former time and attendance system?
One of the problems we had people clocking in at the same time. So say their shift started at the same time. So they had to log into the computer, typing their username, their password, and then they would timestamp their time. So it just created a little backlog while people were waiting for other people to log in first.
Did that have any type of effect on payroll staff or department managers?
Well, they were worried about the time that it took, so the productivity was lost. Another thing that the department managers were concerned about was buddy punching.
Of course, buddy punching is the process of one employee inappropriately clocking in or clocking out for another employee. And from what you described, it sounds like the time that the department managers spent reconciling timestamp errors and buddy punching may have had a negative effect on their productivity and perhaps the overall efficiency of the payroll system. Can you explain what type of biometric technology you're using now to track time and attendance?
Sure. We implemented the M2SYS finger readers, which was M2S. We implemented that last year. So it scans one finger, and then it interfaces with our Kronos time and attendance software. And then we're also looking at the vascular palm vein biometric technology that M2SYS has. We think that's going to help us in the future.
Oh, okay. Of course, vascular biometrics, like palm vein technology, is a great biometric technology because it does not rely on fingerprints for identification purposes. Instead, it relies on capturing an image of the vein pattern beneath either your finger or your palm, and using that particular image as the basis for individual identification. So unlike fingerprint technology, the integrity of the skin is really not an issue with vascular biometrics, as you were referring to in palm vein. Plus, vascular biometric readers like a palm vein reader have a longer shelf life, and they don't require direct contact with the sensor that captures the biometric image. So that's great that you're looking possibly into switching over to palm vein technology. So Sharon, tell us how using biometrics has helped to alleviate some of the challenges you are facing.
Okay, well, biometrics in general, it's quick. The employees get to their workstations faster. The reduced lost employee productivity that we talked about. Eliminating buddy punching. One thing we were kind of surprised to hear, we didn't anticipate this, but we have some employees that are computer challenged, and so they especially liked how easy it was to use, so they don't have to remember passwords or use the computer keyboard. So that was a nice surprise, too.
That's great. Do you anticipate or see any types of time savings for your payroll staff, and have you kind of crunched the numbers and figured out, hey, we're able to spend X number of hours less than we normally had to because we don't have to worry about checking for buddy punching or reconciling timestamp errors? Have you guys extrapolated that information in any type of projected savings?
Yeah, we did. We estimated that it saved at least 10 hours of our employment services staff time each pay cycle, just eliminating the need for the supervisors to look at the system after processing. Then about 10 hours per cycle or 20 hours a month, so that's about 240 hours a year, which we've been able to allocate to other projects and initiatives. So monetarily speaking, we think it's about $15,000 a year that we're saving, and our original investment was about $5,000 for the biometric technology.
That is fantastic, and that sounds like it's a good return on your investment. Thanks for sharing that information. As far as feedback that you've received from the staff that's using biometrics for time and attendance, what have they been saying about it since you instituted the system?
Well, the employees and the managers like it because it's fast, easy, and especially accurate. Our payroll team can see the audit trail. They know the punches are authentic, so it gives us a better security that we're processing it properly.
That's great, because I know a lot of times the acceptance of the technology from employee and staff is very important for the success of the technology itself, so that sounds like some positive feedback that you've been getting. So looking ahead, Sharon, do you have any future plans to expand the biometric deployment to perhaps other areas of the university?
Yeah, as more departments see the reliability, I think we'll end up purchasing more to use across campus, especially because we're on a college campus. The college students really see this as cutting-edge technology, so they're really impressed by that.
Oh, that's great. It's always important to impress with technology, and I guess even more important to use it to create efficiencies and boost productivity and save money, so that's great. Sharon, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to speak with us today, and continued success out at Cal Poly Pomona.
Thank you, John. My pleasure.